All right. Back again. Where is it?
Engine version. Now, as of this date, the latest stable build is 5.0.3. However, 5.1 is in preview and we shall hopefully
So we
upgrade to
are
that. It has
on
quite a few exciting features, which I would love to show.
5 dot
And the
something.
other way is to download the source code. Now, you could use Git or something and copy
5.4.
the link and
Point
clone
one.
it like that, or you could just download the zip file from here, and then there are a bunch of steps to actually install it. We'll be going through this later in the course, and also for more advanced users, those of you who will be working with dedicated servers, might you just have to request the permission. This is a private repository by default, and it's pretty easy to get it. There are those out.
Okay, let's skip this. I already
Once you
downloaded it.
install the Unreal editor through the Epic Games launcher, you'll also need a code editor in order to work with the C++ files. So generally you use Visual Studio for it.
Let's see if I
Now the
have Visual.
documentation goes pretty well on what components you need and stuff. And if you do need any additional components, the installer is going to prompt you, and it's pretty straightforward to be honest. Now you don't require VS 2019. You could use 2022. There is absolutely no issues. I'll be showing you guys how to set the default code editor to be VS 2022 as well a bit later.
Okay, Virtual Studio 2024. Is there 2024? I could just use the 19 one. Whatever. Let's give it a try. See any difference. I do like the newest stuff, but doesn't mean it's always the better one.
So that's about it for the code editor. I guess now we can go ahead and create a project, and let's create a game. So I'm in the Epic Games launcher right now, and before we actually
You know what?
launch the engine,
Let's
I
do
just
this
wanted to
later.
talk about the installation options. Try your best, even though it looks large, to have debugging symbols. Those are going to help us out later. Now you can go ahead and click launch. Once the loading is done, you should be inside the Unreal project browser where you can create your projects. Now, yours might look a bit different. I haven't selected templates, so I don't see first person, third person, and all that. However, our intention here is to learn, so we aren't really going to use those templates. We might look into them a bit later on, but for now, we'll be starting with a blank project. And a couple of noteworthy things. Two things actually. The first thing is the project location. I always suggest having an Unreal projects folder in your solid state drive, and maybe move them to a secondary drive if you're not working on them. Now for the project defaults,
Solid state
everything is
drive.
fine
Okay,
except Blueprint and C++.
but I don't have much
Basically
space.
every C++ project will have Blueprint and everything else that you'll need to work with the editor. However, when you select a blueprint project, there is one additional step if you want to start working with C++ as well. Please note that blueprint and C++ work complementary with each other, and every project, in my opinion, should use a combination of the two and shouldn't be purely C++ nor should be purely blueprint. So let's create a C++ project and let's leave it at desktop, maximum, and we
Okay, so I need to create. How do I create? Wait, what? How do I create a blank project now? Recent project. Alright, recent project, simulation games. Alright, so okay, blank C++.
didn't download the starter content, so we don't have it, but that's totally fine. We can add it later on. Now, for the project name, we can go ahead and name it. Let's call it beginner to advanced course, or I'll just call it beginner course.
Why can I not
So
have anything?
let's create that. Once you open your project, a Visual Studio window like this with your project solution open should be open by default. If not, head into the editor, go to tools and click on open Visual Studio 2022.
Wait,
And here's
why?
where I'll just show you guys how to change the default code editor. Let's say you have a slower computer. Head
Why is my keyboard not working? Oh, there we go. It's weird. Beginner course. There you go. All right, beginner course. Boom. Create.
head into editor preferences and over here type in code editor and
Oh, I need to change this to C drive, Unreal. Project. Okay, create. Discovering module target source of project. No Visual C++ installation was found. Please download, install. Oh, okay. So I have to install it. Okay. Wait, how do I install it? Unreal. Okay, let's open this up. No, that's not what I need. Okay, I guess I gotta go open up this. Oh no, this. Virtual Studio 2. That one. Stop. Just I already installed it. I forgot about that. Continue. Installed. Okay, so let's just add that in. Don't know what any of these are, so C++ desktop development. Let's just add that as well. Whoa. That's huge. Could I just add that? Why not? Might be useful in the future, right? Data offset. No. I presume that's all I need, right? Okay. Install. I've got to delete this. While that happens, I do need to open up my Steam and figure out anything I can delete. That's on D, great. D, great. That's on D, great. Okay, most of it is on D. It's a good start. Yeah, so installing that, we move on to the next project. I guess while waiting, we could watch something, eh? Ooh, you know what? I'll be right back. Ooh. I need to use the toilet for a bit. Give me a sec here. Loading that. What can I do? Let's watch this first.
It's no wonder why people live in a constant state of stress. We can't focus. As soon as we wake up, we grab our phones and flood our minds with news, advice, doomsday predictions, and people doing better than us. The only way to find relief is to keep scrolling to make ourselves feel like we are making progress. The mind craves order, and that's exactly why you feel terrible. Your attention is not focused on a singular goal for the future so that distractions can't penetrate it. Your focus is split between all of these different goals that people are trying to tell you to achieve, to the point where you can't pay attention to your own. You don't have any attention left to invest into your own goals or even think about them. So you only have one option, and that is to feel deep into your situation. Realize where your life will end up if you keep going down this path. Become absolutely fed up with the lack of progress you're making. Use that negative energy to laser in on the meaningful goal that you've been putting off. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that nagging inner voice that is asking you to do more with your life. And you can hear it. You were meant for more than this. You have what it takes to be successful. You don't have to end up like the rest. So seriously, feel into your situation. Stop avoiding it. You have to add to the gravity of the life you want to achieve. So here's where you don't want to be. Here's where you want to be. And the more you realize where you don't want to be, the more powerful this becomes, and it starts to pull you towards it because the other one is pushing you away. The fear of ending up in just a terrible life will push you towards a life that you want to live. The pain of not achieving your goals must outweigh the pain of living a comfortable life. You must remove the distractions numbing you from the pain of becoming who you were meant to be. Now, if you want to achieve great things, you have to understand what self-discipline is, because discipline comes from clarity, not force. Self-discipline is saying no to people, places, and things that distract you from the pain of not achieving your goals. Most people don't understand self-discipline. It's not something that is supposed to be difficult. It is the byproduct of knowing what you want and accepting nothing less from yourself. It is the byproduct of an ordered mind or an obsessed mind. And that means maintaining a clear vision for the future. And when gaps appear that threaten that vision or make it so I don't know how to achieve that vision, that's when you go to educate and acquire skills that allow you to close that gap so you maintain the clarity. Because order is balanced with chaos. Your mind isn't always going to be ordered. It's often going to be chaotic. And you need to be able to zoom out, create order, remind yourself of your goals, and fill in the gaps that created the chaos in the first place. So you need 1, constant reminder of your vision, 2, constant self-education, and 3, constant building towards your vision so that you can practice skills that allow you to achieve it and identify new paths that you need to take, or identify gaps in your knowledge so you can fill it and actually make progress in life. The reason people struggle with self-discipline is because they get distracted from what matters. They forget who they want to become. They forget what they are capable of. They forget the impact they want to have. You aren't disciplined because you aren't the person who would seamlessly achieve the goal they set out to achieve. Someone whose true identity is a bodybuilder doesn't have difficulty going to the gym or eating healthy. They just do it. It's a natural part of who they are because that's who they are. Someone whose true identity is a writer doesn't have difficulty going on long walks for idea generation or sitting out and having focused work sessions for writing. They just do it. They're a writer. What else are they going to do? They aren't a video gamer. They aren't a bodybuilder. They're not going to the gym. They're not playing video games. They're a writer. They write. That's what they do. It's easy. Now, on the flip side, someone who has the true identity of a video gamer, and I'm talking like a stereotypical gamer who you'll find in the depths of Reddit comments just trolling all day, they don't have any difficulty doing that. That's just a natural part of their identity. That's a habit to them, is to go on and try to ruin other people's lives and troll and not contribute anything meaningful to the world. I'm not saying every gamer is like that, obviously, but the people where it's their identity to be a troll and a gamer, and their actions reflect that, and it just digs them deeper and deeper into a hole, they obviously don't have any trouble doing that. People's behavior is shaped from their identity. You don't have trouble doing what you do on a daily basis, like procrastinating or going to bed late or other things, because it's just been conditioned as to that's who you are. And anything that conflicts that, like becoming a writer or becoming a fitness guy or becoming someone worth being, that's going to threaten you. And you need to recondition who you are in order to get there so that your actions just become natural. You're naturally self-disciplined. Now, in terms of the gamer, you have to understand they can sit in front of a screen for 8 to 10 hours a day and like their lives. A bodybuilder, on the other hand, would see that as a living hell because they know that they're ruining their health. They've studied bodybuilding and nutrition to the point of knowing that sitting in front of a screen for 8 to 10 hours a day is the worst thing that they could do for their health. And if their goal is health and bodybuilding, then they're not going to do that because it's not their goal. You're working towards goals with every single action you take. Much of the time, that's just unconscious and you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. But when you make those conscious and you start to pursue them and you invest energy into a new goal for who you want to become, it's going to be difficult at first, but you're eventually going to create the identity that you want to create, and those actions are going to come naturally, and then you will become that person. Each identity has its trade-offs, so it's wise not to become dogmatic about one. Becoming a gamer or becoming a writer or becoming a bodybuilder is good. It's a good lens for achieving a specific goal and acquiring specific skills and having specific behavior. But once you become attached to that, that's when sacrifices are necessary and pain starts to get involved because everything challenges your identity. Like getting locked into a routine, and one day when you have to get off that routine, you just feel like shit because your happiness was based off of the order that the routine provided. That's not the goal. Your goal is to kind of collect identities and perspectives to form this big overarching integral one where you can become a shapeshifter. You can become different identities at different times and have the skills necessary to do so that you can live in more situations optimally. It's not about being a specialist, it's about being a generalist, which we'll talk about next week, but you want to be a generalist in perspective to be able to navigate more situations in life without stress. So the first step to becoming self-disciplined is to remove distractions. Ask yourself, do you know why you're doing what you're doing? Have you asked yourself that question in the last month? Why are you going to school, working that job, building that business, doing that workout? Was it your choice, or was it a goal that was programmed into your head by your parents, friends, or culture? Audit your life for goals that you didn't know you were pursuing. Sit down with a notebook and write down every single thing that you are doing throughout the day and why you are doing it. If you don't have a good answer, that's a distraction. You are wasting emotional energy on other people's dreams so that you don't have enough for your own. Now, if you need help with clarity and just want something physical to write this down on, you can use my foci planner, which is in the link in the description. It's right here. It's an actual physical planner. The second step to becoming self-disciplined is to view life as a game. Now, recently I've been fascinated by the concept of anti-goals. Anti-goals are not goals that you don't want to achieve. They are the sacrifices you are not willing to make to achieve a goal. As an example, if I want to build a billion-dollar company, what am I not willing to sacrifice to get there? Because most people who have these lofty goals don't really pay attention to what they sacrifice along the way. They're so focused and specialized on one specific goal that they neglect their health, their family, and most other areas of life just to achieve it, and then look back and be like, look at everything I destroyed, rather than look at everything that I built. Now, on the other hand, if you're smart, you understand that you can still achieve that goal and maintain or even build other aspects of your life. You don't have to lose your health in order to build a business. You don't have to lose your family in order to build a business. If you think that, then that's what's going to happen. But if you accept that that's the creative challenge that you have to take on to figure out, okay, how do I build this billion-dollar company while still being able to maintain those things? That's what creates the game. That's what makes it fun. Because yes, it will take a lot more time and work to actually achieve that goal, but what else is there to do? The only choice, if you don't take on the creative challenge, is to let your life burn right in front of you because you didn't have the restraint or discipline to take on more responsibility in a wise way. Now, that's the cool thing about anti-goals, is that they turn life into a game because they check all the boxes for the flow state. The first is challenge, a goal that is within reach and tests your skill. The second is skill. If your skill is too low for the challenge, you get anxious. If it is too high, you get bored, indicating that you need to choose a greater or lesser challenge rather than give up. That's important. If you are anxious, you're probably pursuing a goal that is too high, and you need to identify a goal before that so that it becomes easier to achieve and easier to order your mind and focus on it. You may be projecting too far into the future. And if you're bored, you're either not pursuing a goal, or you're pursuing the wrong goal, or you've achieved a goal and you still haven't set another one. The third is clarity. A hierarchy of greater to lesser goals makes it easier to start moving towards your vision for the future. The fourth is feedback. You know exactly when you are making progress, and that feels good. You don't feel trapped in a cycle of repetitive tasks that lead to nowhere. And the fifth is rules. Rules or boundaries frame how you perceive the world. Your mind has more space to notice information that aids in the achievement of your goals. When you turn your life into a game, you become obsessed with progress. There are quests, there are challenges, there are dungeons, there are other things. And depending on the level of the game that you're at, that's when on the map, places become bright. You can see them, you can navigate them, you can go into them and discover what you didn't have before and what you didn't know existed there before. So if you aren't pursuing new goals in your life and being self-disciplined, you're closing yourself off to so much experience in life. Now, the third step for becoming self-disciplined is reinventing yourself. All change is behavior change. All behavior change is identity change. So all change is identity change. Because you are what you repeatedly do. You are disciplined towards the goals in your head right now. It isn't difficult for you to watch Netflix all day, lay in bed, and just be lazy. For many high performers, that is the worst thing in the world. They would hate their lives if they lived that, and you think you're comfortable. For high performers, the pain of not achieving the goals that make them who they are would eat them alive. Because their identity is dying. There's physical death and then there's mental death. Your identity, when that changes, it hurts. When a part of it is threatened, it hurts. When your connection to something in the world or your attachment to something in the world gets threatened, like your video games being taken away or something being taken away from you because that's mine. That's what I'm talking about here. When your lifestyle and goals are taken away from you or you're not able to achieve them, that should feel painful, and that's a good thing. So with that, your journey is going to be painful. You are letting your old self die off. You're letting your old beliefs and habits that are holding you back shed. So the first step is just awareness that it's going to be difficult to change. And the second step is reprogramming your mind to operate towards becoming a new identity. So throw yourself into a new environment that aligns with who you want to become. Drown your mind in ideas, information, and education that exposes you to new goals and ways to achieve those goals. And view every situation through the perspective of your ideal lifestyle and make decisions accordingly. Throw yourself into the deep end and teach yourself to swim. But most people won't take the leap out of fear, and that's why we need to talk about self-confidence rather than self-discipline. So let's talk about an unconventional path to becoming self-confident, because there is a lot of advice online on how to become self-confident. It's a very big issue, and clearly it is a global problem that hasn't been solved yet. I don't think my solution is the only solution, but I think it may provide you with some things to try outside of what normal people are telling you to do. The reason I say this is because when I started writing, it changed my life. And not just writing in a journal, which is extremely helpful, but writing in a public journal. Writing helped me become confident in my thoughts and life direction by being exposed to public criticism, forcing me to audit my beliefs, finding friends and connections with shared goals so I stopped feeling like an outcast, practicing a skill and seeing progress with it every single day, and failing often to keep me humble and give me new direction that I wouldn't have normally found. Now, obviously, writing is not the only way to self-confidence, but a lot of people get it wrong. And I'm speaking from experience here. I'm giving you writing advice from a writer, and it may help you. It's worth
Mind. Okay. Actually, no, let's just finish this first.
a try. Most people think that writing is just a type of skill or a hobby. They don't see it
I gotta figure it out now. Get some space. Okay. All right. Figure it out. Okay. Where do we start? Let's go for writing. We start everything by writing, right? That's like the start. You right? Then you can use that writing to go into a blog, a wait a minute. Is there like a mind map? I'm getting distracted, aren't I? Design, presentation. Okay, let's go to this one first. Let's see if it's easy to do this. Okay, let's continue with this. I don't know how much I have left. Right, right, right. Hmm. Yeah, no, I'm safe. Let's just go continue from here. This is pretty much easier. Okay, so video, videos, social media, right? Unfortunately, I don't have enough space. Okay, so let's make it. Okay, so blog, which is the website. Right, which is YouTube. I guess videos, blogs. Oh, there we go. Before that, let's finish this off. Let's go be more specific here. So after writing, it goes to blog. Blog goes into Twitter. X. IG. Facebook. It's not free anymore, eh? You know, what can I delete? Let's go delete this first. Okay, a bit of space just to get this over and done with. All right, so we got the videos could go into, let's just move this a little bit more. IG, Facebook, this is all connected, right? Okay, so um, TikTok. So writing will go into here. Can you not make multiple? There you go. Blogs there. Which then Yeah, that is messy as shit. But it's all connected. All from writing. Hmm. Okay, no idea what happened there. Okay, so that's a start. Let's put this away for now. Sorry, buddy. Need to go away. That and you. Put you back here. If you get the course back to
And you should be able to change it to Visual Studio Code or whatever. Let's say you do change it to VS Code. Over here under Tools again, you should be able to find Refresh Visual Studio Code project. Once you do that, you should be good to go. One thing that you will immediately notice is my editor layout does not look exactly like yours. The reason is it should over here under Tools again, you should be able to find Refresh.
I don't know if I can stream and do all this. I don't know how much it's gonna eat my face. You know what I mean? Yeah. What now? It's installed but missing C++ toolchain. Man, what does that even mean? Can I open this up first? Wait, open with. So confused. God, I suck at PC right now. Okay. So I need to. Alright. Let's uninstall that first. What if I. I've already installed those things, but I need. What was it? Couldn't even tell. What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Let's see if I remember tool code tools. There we go. Maybe. Maybe. C++ something. It's one of these, isn't it? Oh God. Let's open that up again. I'm so confused. Okay, so launch. It's just to open the bloody thing. Come on. Let me start. Beginner course open. Okay, I don't know what I just did. What does it mean by that? Start from beginning. Okay. Unreal 5.4, yes. Okay. Open. The following module are missing or built with a different region. Yes, I think. Cannot be complied. Please. What? Yeah. Damn. Okay. Let's delete that page. Okay, beginning course. C++. Yada yada yada. Okay, let's just remove that. Oh, can I just add that? Start the content, make it easier. I hope, I presume. I don't know. Create project, then there'll be a problem. Now, what was the problem again? There we go. C++ toolchain. Please verify that the blah 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 blah. There we go. Latest. Okay. Compile fail. I need version 1. Okay, that's correct. 2000. Okay. Latest. Which one is that? This? Build tool. Latest. But it's there. Please verify that MSVC version, yeah, I got that. Version 2.0, yeah. C++, X times X, build tool latest. Yes, it's selected. the installation option. Unreal boot has banned this. What? Due to compilation, please install a different toolchain such as 14. What is going on? No. What's going on? It's right here. I mean, it's there. Or so. Someone tell me what's going on. Jeez. I wish someone could just go on stream right now who knows how to do this kind of stuff and just show me the ropes, because I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Okay, maybe I modify it. I don't know. It's right here. It looks like you're trying to remove a component as required by the following. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So this project are either not supported or need project behavior impact modification open in the project. Okay. Hope this works. 'Cause I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. Oh. It's a big download, baby. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming now. Or do I keep continuing? I don't know. But